This is the AI News Flash for August 8th, 9 p.m. UTC. First up, Kinney Drugs, a pharmacy chain operating across upstate New York and Vermont, has sharply scaled back Burt, the AI voice assistant it introduced in May after receiving hundreds of customer complaints. Burt was deployed to handle patient phone calls about prescriptions and refills. Reported problems included incoherent calls, wrong dosages, missed prescription notifications, and privacy concerns about exposure of personal health information. The company has reverted incoming patient calls to a traditional touch-tone system. Burt now handles only outbound refill texts and only for customers who explicitly opt in. President John Marafa said that getting privacy and security right does not mean they got the experience right, that they did not, and that they own that. The company maintains Burt is fully HIPAA compliant, is not open source, and does not generate or manipulate data. It is a rare case of a consumer-facing AI in a healthcare-adjacent setting being pulled back on experience quality alone, while regulatory compliance was never in question. Second, Cisco began rolling out personalized AI agents to all 90,000 of its employees at the end of July. This is not a pilot, it is company-wide integration. Chief Financial Officer Mark Patterson, a 26-year veteran, calls it the most significant technological shift in our lifetime. Cisco's AI orders grew from $2 billion in fiscal 2025 to a guidance of $9 billion for fiscal 2026. AI already produces 80 to 90% of first drafts for the management discussion sections of the company's public filings. Patterson said the system will not burn a whole bunch of tokens with frontier models, and that it knows which tool is most effective and most efficient, pointing to model routing as the cost control. Cisco also announced 4,000 job cuts on May 14th. And on the labor market side, a July policy brief from the Stanford Institute for Economic Policy Research puts new graduate unemployment at 5.6%, up 1.6 percentage points over 3 years. Among 22 to 25-year-olds, employment in AI-exposed occupations has fallen since ChatGPT launched, while employment for experienced workers held steady or grew. More than 80% of employees use AI in some capacity, yet only 5% of firms report measurable employment changes. The impact is showing up not as a shrinking total, but as a thinning entry tier. Third Time magazine has begun serving ads designed to be read by AI agents rather than by humans. Last month, the publisher stripped its web pages down into markdown text versions, running a bot-facing edition alongside the standard HTML pages for human readers. The agent adds present brand information and messaging as FAQs, labeled as sponsored content. The goal is to make brands appear more frequently in AI chatbot answers, an approach known as generative engine optimization. Launch advertisers include Ally Bank and the Project Management Institute. Time reports seeing more bot crawls than human traffic on most days. Chief Operating Officer Mark Howard said this is brand new and that they believe they are paving the first path forward here. Mobian co-founder Jonah Goodhart said that when you influence ChatGPT, you're influencing potentially all of ChatGPT. Observers note the tactic could backfire if platforms penalize AI-oriented ad spam or demand transparency between bot-facing and human-facing pages. Fourth, OpenAI disclosed on the 8th that it has acquired NextSlide, a presentation startup. The deal actually closed earlier this year, and the announcement came a few months late. Financial terms were not disclosed. NextSlide's product turns prompts, notes, documents, and research into a polished, editable presentation. Founder Ahmed Beshri previously co-founded Caper AI, which Instacart acquired in 2021. The NextSlide team is now working on ChatGPT. Beshri said the goal was to make visual communication more accessible and help more people express their ideas clearly. Fifth, researchers from Northeastern University and Stanford University have released Shepherd, an open-source Python substrate that lets you fork, replay, and revert any AI agent run. Shepherd records each agent environment interaction as a typed event in a Git-like execution trace that makes it possible to fork past states, replay runs, and revert to an earlier checkpoint with live process state restored. Forking past states is reported to be 5 times faster than Docker, and replays achieve over 95% prompt cache reuse. Permissions are declared in function signatures and enforced at the Cisco level using Seatbelt on macOS and Landlock on Linux. On benchmarks, Cooper Bench pair coding pass rates rose from 28.8% to 54.7%, and Terminal Bench 2 went from 34.2% to 39.4%. It is MIT licensed and installable via pip, though it is currently early alpha and not production ready. Long-running agents accumulate state that transcripts simply cannot capture. Instead of an expensive restart or costly forward patching, Shepherd is built around a simpler move. Jump back to step 8. That's all for this AI news flash.